got that note, John? Is that like a warm up?
What's up?
Is it like a warm up?
No, it's more like, I mean, in a way it is, but I think you and I have to go through it a couple of times to see
Okay.
how well it actually works before we actually start utilizing it.
What is today, the 18th?
What?
Cool. All right.
I'm the new guy, man. Y'all just do your thing.
Yeah, we're gonna learn the dark arts.
If there was another new guy or something, I'd roll with.
The realm of legs. Oh no, don't worry, you're getting in there.
No, that's blood.
Yeah, we're gonna break your knees. Shouldn't have showed up. You have you got it? Nick, right? Alright. We're gonna do like leg locks. But more like, you know, like learning the position and flowing, you know.
Toes together, walk back, open space to go out.
Because I can extend too much. No, you can finish it down. Grab a gable grip and drop your elbow in front of my foot right there.
Oh.
Yeah, now start capsizing.
Okay, so catch toes.
That's how you
Knees
do.
split. As I do this, straighten to defend. Put something in that area.
I like
Maybe just right.
Yeah, we are. So when I wasn't here last week with Adam, and then also on Sunday, I just kind of did this, fall into it. Right? We just got here and immediately start turning out. Right? So, come in. Insecurities, because this is what most people do. Like start. So you like step in. Like you said, go for the clover.
Yeah.
Turn out.
Yeah, I want to work going for the clover leaf, but I also want to work. So maybe after you secure clover leaf, finish that, finish working straight. And work the fence.
variation of the honey crab, right?
It's called the honey dick.
Oh, okay.
So I use the honey stick to get
Yeah.
you, and then you use the honey dick to reinforce your side.
Yeah. Dude, there's like a nasty like sideways if you get on the heel. I'm gonna start knee barring.
So we get here, and if I honey stick, I finish straight, or I can pass for here, but you can also.
I also have to do it here.
And I have a better movement area to escape them because they're right over here. Other ears, but nope.
Yeah. If you can get it in the pack. Yeah. Slowly. Get here. Did you still defend this?
It's very typical.
See ya.
At the top, so the back. Even if I can get over top of it, you can get underneath here.
Yeah.
I'd have to here. That's where I have to be. So
Within this position, you just I think so. Yeah.
I just need to, if I'm able to get your hips high,
Uh-huh.
I can escape.
Oh.
Because it just creates less tension on me. So if I'm never able to, on any ankle lock, if I'm able to get here,
I use that on this MMA guy in Grace. And then I was like, the next guy I got torqued up was an MMA guy. But he does not test flies and this not. They don't necessarily do leg locks. Yeah, they just do weird stuff.
very possible dark.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna try leg lock. Because the MMA guys just don't seem like they really do leg locks at all. It's not really relevant.
No, you just give me your face.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. You want show us? Yeah, from the headquarters.
So in a fight in the headquarters, we go for the knee slice, but the problem is frames. So I'm gonna have to keep my elbow here so I can build up. I don't want this to be in the way, so a lot of the times if I'm gonna really backstep, I need to push myself forward so I can get high enough to sit, take that big backstep. Because if I just try backstepping, I guess it's so a lot of the times.
That's how you're keeping your elbow in there.
Yeah, it's just to create a little bit of room so I can move forward, take a big back step. I try to collect the outside leg if I can. A lot of the times I'll have it like this, but just for the sake of the drill itself, we're gonna have the wrong configuration created. I collect, my right hand's gonna collect underneath the knee, and the right hand's gonna collect just below his calf. And I'm gonna fall back. Bring this tight to my chest. I'll have just enough room so I can escape, bring my feet together, and secure an ankle lock. Now, the biggest thing when you're securing this ankle lock grip is I want my elbow to be below. Because if my elbow's high, he can get his toes together, and it makes it really difficult. But we're gonna go over that when we work the escape for this. But just for now, I'm gonna get my elbow underneath, and I'm gonna release. This is gonna be tucked under my armpit. I'm gonna tuck his heel, or his ankle, just below the heel, into the crook of my elbow. The way I like to finish the Texas clover leaf is I like to go rear naked choke grip and get the toes near my head, so I can really turn.
You're just rotating your shoulders into it.
Yep. To here.
Just squeeze, rotate.
Nice little rotation. So we'll hit this and then switch back into the straight ankle lock. I want to get my elbow beneath his ankle. Cool. And we'll just start with that.
So if the defense is, or if the usual grip is, I guess locking your leg down when you step over, and we're doing it from the, like his right leg on top, which is the one that you're open and grabbing and moving, is the usual way to defend initially, to kind of lock your ankles a little bit further. Like you're gonna have to pry away feet in those situations.
So even if he does, even if I backstep and he has some sort of configuration like this, I'm okay with that.
Yeah,
Because I can
do
pull
it.
here,
Just grab it down.
and I can still just block this.
Yeah.
Even if he has these opposite configuration,
Right.
that's fine too, because I can just pull here,
You're just working something different there.
here,
Or
or
like you want anyways.
just that's the knee bar.
That's worse there.
Because a lot of the times he'll utilize this leg to come back up
Right. Right.
to block.
Either way.
And then I can find it. So it doesn't really matter ankle configuration because you can still attack as long as you're able to just isolate one of those. So we'll just work through them. So headquarters, get your elbow in. Sometimes when we're coming into headquarters play, they have a really tight headquarters. Here, he's blocking right here. So to get my elbow inside, I might just push up. So I might take away some of my position to get here, and then come back the other way. And that's how usually I'll get my elbow inside. Give up a little position, come back to a neutral position, just so there's a little bit more room. I can slide my arm. And once I get my arm, my elbow can flare. So I'm gonna keep it here, and then bring my elbow up. Because I don't want to be left like this, because then I'm awkward. So
Right.
now I can fight.
When you're not focusing anywhere on the ground, switching over.
Not until I'm going for the back step. And then I'll do a high post. Just because I want to clear that leg as much as possible. And even if he tries to block me forward a little bit, I'll be posted. So let's just try that a little bit. Get into the groove. The ankle locking groove. Let's see. So you want to be bringing your knee down, almost like you're
I want it this way.
So
Yeah.
post high with your other hand. Now do a big back step. Yes. So collect. And you're going to bring your knee underneath.
I want it under here.
Now towards me. Oh, that way.
Oh, this way.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. That because that locked it in way tighter there.
See why.
This way.
So actually, really, your right hand is going to grab your heel.
Okay.
This is going to grab your bicep, and I want that to grab your heel. I want your head to be on his toes, and then when we rotate, we're going to be rotating his heel.
Oh,
Almost
okay.
like,
I'm pulling heel here.
just slightly, very lightly. So one of the main reasons you're not getting it is because the other leg is not secured, obviously. You can pull that thing out. So I want to slam down on that leg.
Yeah. Where's the actual submission happening? Where am I going?
So the
Is it
position
the
is
bottom
happening
leg?
here,
Okay.
yeah, on the bottom leg. But I need
So I'm
to keep,
using his leg too.
yeah.
Okay.
But so you have to keep our elbow tight here to keep that in. Keep everything tight. Grab the bicep.
So like,
Try it again.
so here,
Let me see what I'm feeling here.
this lower half rotation, I
Mhm.
want my lower half to go this way like that, and my upper half twists. You know what I'm saying? Instead of you're twisting, but you're also falling this way.
So the knee.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
my knees and everything are going that way.
Mm-hmm.
So here, I'm falling everything that way. So I'm pushing this way.
Yeah. It hurt. I mean, it hurt the other times you were doing it.
But not submission.
Yeah,
I'm not
I
gonna
was
tear
just
anything.
trying to hold on to it.
Okay.
Because
So we could-
eventually he could have, because you're not securing that bottom.
Yeah.
Hit it.
So notice where his body is.
Yeah.
So if he were to come down this way, I would have so much room to turn
That'd be
and
better for
alleviate
you.
the pain.
Okay.
But here, he's so locked here that his upper body's just going to turn his shoulder nice and easy, and I'm not going to have any room to move, and he's stopping my momentum. So if I try to move while he's doing this, I can't because
He's
the
stopping you with
momentum's
his legs,
not
yeah.
allowing me because he's pressing this way. My knees are turning this way. Actually, grab my heel. No, put it, yeah, now. That's good. The big difference between just pulling here is, I could probably fight pretty hard here, but once you get my heel and turn my heel,
We're actually getting.
I can't. The twist is just too big. So that's what kind of the back step into the cross ashu position. Cross ashu is actually something a lot of how I secure a lot of my position. It's how I secure a lot of leg locks, because it's a very versatile position. It's kind of an easy position to get to. Yeah. No, your calves are so the next thing we want to look at is after next is the defensive positioning for the double treble. Now you may think that this sounds really stupid, but it actually works very well. So if he puts his big toe against his other big toe, I cannot finish this.
Yeah, I know you're saying it was creating space. I was wondering how that one works there.
So-
Or is it just that he's putting
So
so
when
much
he
pressure
puts
up?
pressure, I'm gonna,
So this is 150.
Right.
eventually I'm gonna get that.
Yeah.
But once he puts that other foot, you see all the space that just got created?
That's why
So-
I'm wondering where that space is coming from. Then.
Just one foot now? One foot I'm here, and once he puts his other foot in, space is
just that little bit of space there.
So now, what he would do is called a jack, which he would just
Right.
get to the point where he can slip. That is a dangerous position because I do have my favorite AOD lock, but if you jackhammer hard enough, I'm not going to be able
You
to.
gotta catch it perfectly.
And that's when we unhook and get to, honestly, like, almost like a butterfly. You go gable, don't you?
Yeah, gable and drop it. So when you drop it in front of or on the back side of my foot, right, I can't turn in anymore. But if you keep your elbow on the other side, I can still keep turning down.
So to block his defensive measure, under gable, and get to his toes. Well, just to the top of his foot. Even his ankle, I believe, is fine for this. Matter how long
Point
your
is
legs
just
are.
yeah, keep that foot still.
I'm
I'm really trying. I literally cannot turn my foot.
You'd be correcting your own knee.
Yeah.
A little bit. It's gonna hurt his calf.
Yeah.
Because I'm driving. Anytime I'm driving, like this portion of my hand, and it just doesn't feel very good.
And he's hooking it right up, like not inside the knee pit, like not up in here, like right here where the meat and the tendon meet. That's where you want to get it. He's like raking
Up here
muscle
is
down.
kind of. It's gonna create that bend that I want, but I would just want to create discomfort.
Mhm.
Yeah. Get on the knee.
So instead of going straight up, I'm gonna have my hand turned in, and come here, cable, and get my elbow down. Honestly, it may not be on his foot, but at least get it to your own hip. If I can get it in my hip,
Get
I'm
longer
fighting.
than the hip.
We could go to braking mechanics, but let's just work keeping this position. I think the flow is better if we just work the position instead. So we're securing this position, and what's better?
I always like from here. I feel like if I go, I feel like if I try to go to the heel hook from here,
Yeah, I'm gonna
as soon
lose
as you
it.
let go, yeah, you lose it. So what I've been doing is using this, extending this through, right? So I can't do that thing. And then now you can also elevate it towards my back hip, right? And then, yeah, that opens up.
Okay, so let's just do the braking mechanic. So we'll secure, get to here, extend, rotate to the side. Secure the heel. So when we're securing the heel hook, I'm not just gripping and gripping. I need to get his toes up and exposing his heel. So if I get his knee kind of bent, it's a lot harder if he has his leg straight to catch a heel hook. So if I have it bent, I'm gonna dive and press down on his toes to expose the heel. You can grip. And basically all you're gonna be doing to finish the mechanic is try. I'm not or extending. You can also just some people teach just the extending my hips. So for down here, I'm just going to extend my hips up into it.
It works, but you might as well put them together.
Yeah.
Make it solid.
Are you weak today? Hands are so tight. Dude, that guy. I get here a lot. And then
Because even if I like replace and buck you forward, as I buck you,
yeah, I feel like here, I feel like it's better to extend this leg, because if I pull it back, you might almost like do like that thing with your hand or something maybe.
yeah,
I had
maybe
somebody try that on me.
post.
Yeah. If you do that, if I get here on this thing,
Oh, maybe I should turn.
yeah,
I should stay this.
because I get still have my hip in your knee, right?
Okay. I'm able to biggest thing that you need to worry about here is getting this leg up. So I can't get
Yeah.
here.
So I think that's
So you should
Here.
come here and here.
here.
Yeah. Now I can't retract. So now when you turn the other way, even if you go belly down or come back up, now I'm so bad off. Even if I press and try to turn in, because I have to get to this leg too.
Yeah. I don't think a lot of people are doing that escape anyways.
Probably not, but I'm stupid enough to try it.
Yeah. From like here. That's crazy.
Oh yeah. Lucas and I are just using this as our testing ground.
Yeah.
Well, here's my push right there, huh?
Yeah. I feel like people might try this on you. So that arm, when you step over, keep it, bring it across my body now. As you get over my leg. Yeah. Cause now this is my,
Yeah.
it's when you fall though, don't fall that way. Fall like this on you. Kind of like, not really like on me, like at this angle.
Yeah, so you're gonna fall here. Once you make that backside, you're gonna fall this direction. Have you tucked your hand?
Yeah, this way.
Tuck that hand. Get that all the way. So if you really want to finish that straight angle, see how high you are here? I want you to get that. So I want you to make his toes bend. That's how I feel finish.
Got this one.
But get you straight through. This way.
Still have it deep in here, but not.
So you can grab here. You want to pull this up a little bit more. Now I'm going to shrug. Yep.
Do I need to straighten hips or anything? Or do I want his leg?
Yeah, you want to extend the leg. But you lost your pressure in my Achilles.
This one?
Do the same thing back down your brother.
This one? Or this one?
This one, right? Yeah, keep it up.
Keep that part up in here. And this part sucked in here.
Do like that.
Okay.
Now to squeeze.
See, I'm turning out.
Yeah.
Notice
I mean,
You're
Is that
pulling,
right
you're
now?
pulling him down.
Bring
So
it
sit close.
Yeah.
Now as you turn, kind of do this motion. You're gonna push this way with your legs, and you're gonna turn your upper body this way.
Yeah.
So you can just do a twist. There.
It's slow, but it's a big difference.
Okay, so now he's gonna work the escape. Boom, boom. So here,
escape here is where I go.
under. Yes.
Deep in here.
So get that elbow on the other side. So you're going to,
I don't want it this way.
so you're going to, and then this foot is going to be on that side. So you need to go over top.
Yeah, it's
So
still
your
gable
elbow,
grip.
your elbow, no, just your elbow.
Yeah, so grab the gable grip like you have. This,
Now get this elbow, bring it over.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. To give you this pressure. So it's coming in.
So now you're going to,
Right.
no, it's this foot's in the way.
Because this one's here.
So you're gonna fall back to the side. Okay. So now notice how the foot's being exposed.
Mm-hmm.
Now very lightly
Now it's gonna.
pull it into the toes. So we're gonna use our forearms. So toes, our forearms can catch and reconnect. And just Two of us? Good idea. Create a space. Go underneath his knee to extend it.
Here?
Yeah, maybe here.
Yeah. Because you need to open that space up.
I need to get this light.
To get
So almost
Can you pull your
here.
yeah, I think
Throw it out. Because now I can jump out and come back.
yeah, be careful with your knee hitting the ground
Yeah.
because that can be an explosion.
here.
Yeah, if you pull really hard and his knee was
Pull it. Pull it. Yeah, if you belly down.
yeah, if you belly down it's gonna break.
So then here. Totally. No. This is fun. Yeah. Here.
Just build up.
Sit into it. I got this.
This one here. I still back up. Am I missing?
I have very flexible.
Oh.
The other thing is that there's a lot of space.
Heel. Keeping this arm.
Get that arm as high as possible.
This one here. So your toes and everything just tuck up in there.
Because here I can still get under, so I want you to dive your elbow below. Yeah, and that'll also create more pressure on my toes.
Yeah, I can feel
And then basically,
like on my shoulder.
so the finishing product of this is I want you to start looking over your shoulder
Looking over this shoulder.
as you pull up.
Pulling this way.
So it's gotta be on the other side. 'Cause here, if you're just connecting right there,
Yeah. Yeah, I keep trying to grab that in there. And the foot here, I'm gonna reach in this way. Am I moving my body anywhere, or is it just strengthening my hips?
no, you're fine. So now you're here. So notice how my leg was straight.
Yeah.
That's gonna make it a lot more difficult because I can do that a lot easier.
And then
My
this is
leg
gonna
was
be-
straight.
Yeah.
So make it. Come on.
Cool. Pull this.
I want you to keep this.
Keep neutral.
This one. Because notice how my knees still bent here.
Keep it-
So now when you're gonna start tucking forward, there, we keep this in. Find the exposure. Now release it.
Gotcha.
Because if anytime my leg is straight, I don't feel as much danger. There are certain people I'm gonna still tap to. If he catches me and he's got me completely straight with a deep bite, I'll probably tap. But not many other people in here with a deep bite. If my leg is straight, I'll tap to. Because I feel like, was that
On the straight ankle.
on a
Yeah.
heel?
Oh, on your low.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like if it's like completely straight like
That's
this,
because they don't put any pressure through the knee.
right.
They're just
And that's what
trying
we're
to
talking about.
rotate the heel.
But if you catch me here, I'll tap to anyone. Because as soon as it's bent here and you catch heel exposure, oh shit. Yeah, honestly, feeling this stuff is
Yeah.
the biggest thing. So, once we're here, so if you just pull straight here, this, you're eventually gonna feel some pressure here.
Yeah.
But the pressure in the bend is, you feel the difference between the two?
So
It's gonna be subtle.
it is, yeah, I don't want to shatter anything, but
It's not pain, right? Don't look
No,
for pain,
no,
look
yeah,
for
It's
pressure.
just stretch.
Yeah.
So when you're completely here, and I am bending here,
straight here.
so you can feel the here, right? As I lift.
Yeah. I
But,
feel it more in my toes than my ankle.
but here,
Yeah, I feel that more. For sure.
when I'm able to bring
Yeah, just.
the knee completely in and then extend here, the tension is already complete. Here, I have to build that tension. Here, the
It's
tension
already
is
there.
So that's the big difference between those two when you're finishing those two different products. I can finish the straight.
Just gonna be way harder.
It's just gonna be a longer pull or a longer lever. Or on a straight, I have to get my hips into that knee to create that tension. But once it's bent, my legs are gonna be wide.
Yeah, it doesn't
As I
matter.
pull.
Yeah.
Because I want the base to pull. Here, when it's extended, I want the position and my hip into it. Here, I'll still get my hip into it. Here, but the lever itself is going to be extended or going to be shortened so much more. It's the same thing on my leg locks. The straight ankle lock. On here, this is a long lever, but I can flip here, shorten that lever. It's pressure point. This is going to feel that way. But this is going to feel
Oh, yeah.
worse.
Yeah.
Because when you are taking someone's leg and you're making it a shorter lever to the breaking point, the pain's going to be much different. So that's what that bend in the knee is. It's going to break that, bring the breaking point to a shorter lever.
Just a lot less movement.
And you can rotate back around and just do the opposite.
I think it's good to show this.
We'll try to do is like, you get like, scoop under that, right?
The honey dip.
Yeah. Because I find a lot of people try to defend that way, and it's such an easy counter.
It's the battle of like who catches the position first.
Right.
Because honestly, if I come out really wide here, and then I start capturing, you're not gonna have a chance.
No, I gotta get you like.
So if I just rotate underneath, like here, and try to catch, I give you that opportunity. You just have I'll just back to that. I licked the bottom off foot on the board. Alright, dude.
This guy's crazy.
I ain't playing with this.
I'm gonna do the basic right now. You ever done any leg locks?
Oh, that's why I ran 15 years ago.
It's like the,
From like San Diego. The Godfather leg locks.
University?
This one.
Oh, I never did this.
did this one with the guy on Sunday. Some random dude showed up. Standing. That's right, like normal. Ah, shit. Sweet. And when I got to the ankle lock, you hopped over a foot. Which would hop over
Oh.
a foot. Which, is that such a standard defense? Let's say like this. This should be like a standard transition. Like a David Long transition.
I'll tell you, I'll never teach the defense this way. I'll never teach you to hop over that foot.
Yeah. And then I showed him the like if you jackhammer. Right. Or just back into the
Cross offshoot. Yeah, the cross offshoot is probably going to be better there because the heel hook itself is not good.
Yeah.
This is the way your legs are configured. You have no exposure.
Everybody misses this pressure.
No. Pelvic thrust. Everyone thinks it's all the arms.
Well,
It's
it's,
your
I mean,
dick.
it's like a almost a misnomer. Heel hook, so I gotta rotate the heel. Nah, man, it's like more like a sideways knee bar with a twist.
So the heel hook portion is just your hooking.
I was gonna
The
say,
breaking
I
point.
could see the pressure coming on the knee with that. Where like when I had a heel hook in, I felt more pressure on my ankle when
Yeah.
it was twisted.
Yeah, like
But I could see your pivot
yeah, 'cause
thrusting into that. Yeah,
like,
like
you
knee
watch
bar on the
his-
side.
his thigh rotates, right?
Yeah.
So
If you start
part of the
dick
breaking,
thrusting that thing.
yeah, part of the breaking pressure is like
It's a
like
wall.
perpendicular, like driving a nail through the side of the
Mhm.
heel, right? The other breaking pressure is rotational, so it's where you're tightening those MCL and LCL ligaments and you're twisting the knee, or like the shin bone. So the bottom half of the knee is rotating, but the top half is stuck. So then those little ropes right here, they can only rotate so far that way, right? So then the combined pressure from here, like this, I can pull I pull my feet to pull them into me, so I can bring my hips through. And then as I here, like you said, you can catch it right here with this bend. There's a little bend.
Mm-hmm.
So then as I can rotate, and as I rotate, I extend my shoulders away too. Like I'm not just picking it up, pick it up, and I'm falling backwards.
Right.
That's pulling the leg tight, right? Like I'm pulling his knee apart like this way. And then, so now it's rotational pressure, there's pulling pressure, and then I add in that perpendicular pressure with my hips. And if you were to, explode that through,
Pat should go up.
that's the smart for hard.
No,
Oh,
that
dude,
the
dude.
guy in 10th Planet right now. He's a young kid. He found the black belt slayer. Just walks in and blows through his legs up.
Super chunky kid.
Mm-hmm.
Young kid, yeah, I saw him do
Oh,
something
yeah,
like yeah, he came on the scene at 6 or 7 years old.
Had really long understood.
Yeah, but he also fought smaller. He wasn't fighting guys that were
He
his
fought
size.
guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they were old.
Black belts. Trained 15 years. Never seen a weight like it. And then you go against Mason Fowler and he smashes you every time. We can go over to the short level. Short level is really good. It just go from I should do the short. So he breaks down and he comes over. I like to retract my foot a little so I can put it in a higher position. Don't want it down here because it locks down the position, but it doesn't allow for the lever to shorten. So I want it on the knee so we bring it up. So as I bring it up, this opposite leg is going to come across the knee. Instead of coming here, because this actually releases a lot of pressure if I bring my foot to his hip. He's able to bend his knee. He's able to come in and do a lot of different things.
Yeah.
So I want to be high to catch that knee, so I can come in, and I'm not even pulling,
Yeah.
and it's still that bad. So this is a regular ashi position. I'm always going to be really tight on this ankle, just because it's like I don't want to be loose because it was ripping up. So I'm always high and pulling. So we're here. He does his terrible defense of just pushing my leg down, coming over top, and I extract. As I extract, put pressure high, come up high. Notice, anytime you're doing leg locks, if their hips come off the ground, that means it's really tight. That's just our body's natural way of being like, fuck, I need to get release some of this pressure. So when you see a training partner do that, let it go a little bit. Even him and I will release a little bit of pressure on each other because it's pretty bad. So let's try that. Toe holds, he'll just try. Yeah, he'll try to rip my toe completely off. He can't. So it sucks. So this is a regular ashi position. I want you tight. Nope. This here.
So when you ankle lock, think about pulling your elbow back into your ribs. And you want to get these toes like more, almost like, like this much. Roll your armpit over. Yeah, now grab there. Keep this.
Even if you have a little area, you see that little area?
Yeah, that's what I'm afraid of.
I'm not.
As long as I've got you dealing with that.
Yeah, because you're going to start pulling your elbow backwards.
Yeah.
To keep it tight. Yeah. So, once I do this, and I stupidly go, once you're extracting, putting this here. And then it's just a finish. I'm not a bitch.
Whatever.
Whatever, dude.
Yeah, so see, here, roll back over the top
Yeah,
of
I
it.
gotta get higher on the toes, I think. I'm trying to lock the foot in,
Yeah.
lock the toes.
And I almost want to get my elbow almost like parallel as this is perpendicular, parallel, and then this hand grabs so that I'm driving the bony part of my wrist up into his Achilles. I feel like this one does better with the elbow posted as opposed to falling. But it's like the pressure changes, right? Like if I fall,
Go back to your elbow. Go to the
Yeah.
other side.
back on my
Go to
side.
the other side. Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, right? It's weird staying on my elbow here.
Yeah, that's my toes, like the bend on my toes is so extreme here. But as
Yeah.
soon as you go down to your shoulder, so much relief.
Yeah.
Like I can climb here, and I feel like I can fight. I'm not gonna fight well.
I can't.
But
I don't feel like I can arch as much.
You
Like,
can't.
Here.
Here you're
Because I can bring my hips in.
Yeah, this is why we
I
have
like
such
this.
fucked up ankles.
Yeah, dude, I went to IBJJF. I let a guy crack both my ankles right after that shit.
Yeah, fuck that. The only person I'm gonna tattoo on the crack is Glozin.
Yeah,
Because he
yeah.
rips the shit out of me.
Dude. His are brutal. His is like fold your toes back on the backside of your calf.
And my toes are like pointing at my asshole.
Yeah.
Again, not really clear. My legs are all fucked up. I'll show you what I mean by what I like to do defensively after.
Are you
Usually,
just like
so-
higher?
Did I?
Yeah.
Oh, because I
Almost sit,
You
almost sit
shoot.
your hips under a little bit more.
Under?
Bring your hips towards me.
Here.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Now throw your leg over. Yeah, and then fold this way. Stay on your elbow. Right here. Start bringing your hips in towards me. Trying to hump.
So, like, the reason that I don't like jumping over, just this way. because there's so many more things you can do to alleviate the pain or pressure here.
Right.
The first thing you should do is open this right here. This is a lot of pressure being released. Then you can post here and do that, or you can post here.
Yeah,
And if I this, I can go for a toe hold.
Yeah.
Um,
Toe holds, just so you know, is also like a handkerchief.
yeah.
There's more pressure on the side of my knee than my hand.
Right.
At least on this one.
Now it's that fashion.
So one of my favorite things to do when they have this Ashi position is grab here, I'll boot hard. Booting is going to give you just maybe a couple more seconds. It's not going to give you long. The pressure that he's going to be able to pull his whole body to
Way more than the boot,
is
yeah.
just going to be, I'm not going to be able to straighten my toes enough. So as I open, you post, but instead of hopping all the way over, you sit. Because now when he starts to pull back, I can post him over. And I can come all the way up. Because if I can get on my foot, the ankle lock's not there anymore. And he may get his leg underneath me and knock me over to another position, but he's not deep in the
Yeah, it's
ankle
not,
lock.
it's not locked in.
So when you're thinking about escaping, the first thing you need to do is boot. Then I'm going to pull those knees apart, and that's going to alleviate a lot of the pressure. Never jump over because that lock is.
No, it's like a natural.
Yes, it's a natural reaction. Well, it's my natural reaction. It wasn't before, but after I started adding that short lever into my game, like that's just the first thing I look for. Anytime someone jumps over and I'm able to expose that knee, I will jam it right up in there, and I can finish it without getting my leg. I can just put pressure on your hip, and I'll let that go, and it will.
You see
So
what the difference would be?
if I can't get my leg over top, but I can get here, I can just post here.
Yeah.
I don't need to be here. I just need to be able to push
Just keep you away from it.
because I'm going to extend you. Extend.
Towards the line.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
So as soon as you push it over, I'll just jam it down. So it's just a natural thing you can do. And that's what's like. That comes from working these positions over and over again. You're just gonna start feeling that. Him and I was playing in a whole 5-minute round. We might not even grab or work upper body at all. We just work the legs, and it's good because you're probably the only other person here that I feel like
I'm trying to
I hate feet.
What am I
actually.
saying?
I actually hate feet. I hate when my wife puts her foot on me. But like I will.
No, this is like the progression of the game right now. That it seems like.
In a way, yes. And I think the game is leaning a little bit more away from heel hooks and more towards the straight ankle lock. And the reason for that is that people are getting really, really good at defending.
Yeah.
Straight ankle locks, you need position and control. Heel hooks and secure legs, so you can't move as well, which is what that straight ankle lock does. It just that much worse.
It's like half the gyms around here like waist weights and stuff. So they're not like,
Yes, they do a lot of traditional, and there's a lot of merit to traditional. I know you've been working arm bars a lot, and arm bars are deemed a very traditional submission, but I think arm bars are probably a lot more dangerous than a lot. I wouldn't say easier to secure, but I think it puts you in less danger to secure an arm bar.
Right.
Like it
There's
does
not as much. Like when you're leg locking someone, they can leg lock you back a lot.
you
Depending
lose
on
an
the
arm bar, you
position.
just lose the position.
Yeah, it's hard for somebody to get grab a sub on you.
They're a lot less dangerous when you're taking their upper body out of the game. And when you're attacking the lower body, they still have their upper body to fight with.
Yeah.
Vice versa, but I'm not as afraid of your legs coming and somehow submitting me. Maybe a triangle or something of that nature, but it would have to be dangers of the leg lock position, I would always switch